Okay guys, today we're going to go over how to convert slope-intercept form equation into standard form. Okay, so as you know, we talked about standard form before. Standard form is ax plus by equal to c, and there's restriction that you have to follow. A, B, and C cannot be a fraction. Okay, a has to be a positive number, so don't forget to copy this down. Okay, so let's move on to problem number 1. Okay, if you look at this right here, in number 1, it's not in standard form because the x is on the right hand side. We need to move it to the left hand side. So we're going to add 3x to both sides. Okay, so you get 3x plus y equal to 3. So let's double check to see if it's in standard form, okay? So a and b, ax plus by on the left hand side equals to 3. A, B, and C, they're not fractions, and A right here is positive, so this right here is your answer, okay? Okay, let's look at number 2. In number 2, notice again the x is on the right hand side. We're going to move it to the left hand side by subtracting x. So we get negative x plus y equal to 1. But this is not standard form yet because a is negative, so we have to get rid of the negative. And in order to do that, we're going to divide both sides by -1. So negative over negative is a positive x minus y equals to -1. So this right here satisfies the restriction, so this is in standard form, okay? Let's move on to number 3. Okay, number 3. Notice we have a fractions and also we have x on the right hand side. So step 1, I would move the x to the left hand side. So subtract 5 over 2x. Then we get negative 5 over 2x plus y equals negative 3. Then to get rid of the fractions, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make everything into a fractions. Okay, and what we're allowed to do here is that to convert everything into the same denominator, and the LCD, least common denominator, is 2. So here we need to multiply this by 2 on top, 2 on bottom. Here we need to multiply 2 on top, 2 bottom. And the negative 5 over 2x already has a 2, so we don't need to do anything, okay? So negative 5x over 2 plus 2y over 2 equals to negative 6 over 2. So now that we have the same denominator, what we're allowed to do is ignore it, like pretend there's no fractions, just copy down the top. Okay, so we get rid of fractions, but we still have the negative here, so we're not done, right? So what I'm going to do is multiply or divide both sides by -1. So negative divided by negative is positive 5x minus 2y equal to negative 6. This right here is standard form. Okay, let's move on to number 4. Okay, in number 4 we have our fractions again. Now I'm going to multiply, I'm going to move the x to the other side, so I'm going to add 1/3 x. So I have 1/3 x plus y equals 2. So I'm going to make everything into a fractions, and the LCD here is 3. That means I'm going to make everything into turn a 1 and turn into a 3, okay? So multiply 3 here, top and bottom. Then 1x over 3 plus 3y over 3 equal to 6 over 3. So since we have the same denominators, we can ignore it, bring down the top. And that's it, you're done. No fraction and a is positive. That's your standard form. Okay, moving on to number 5. In number 5, notice we have 2 fractions now and not 1. We're going to do the problems the same way. We're going to move the 1/3 x to the other side. So we add 1/3 x. Then we get 1/3 x plus y equals to 5 over 2. Now making everything into a fraction, put this over 1. But this time, our LCD, we have 2 numbers to do with, a 2 and a 3. They have 6 in common, okay? So that means here we're going to multiply by 2 top, 2 bottom. Here we multiply by 6, 6. And here we multiply by 3, 3. So we have 2x over 6 plus 6y over 6 equal to 15 over 6. And notice all of these are the same. We can ignore it and bring down the numerator. And voila, you are done. No fractions, and a is positive. And we are done.